Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the commencement exercises at the University of San Francisco. The ceremony is about to begin, and we ask your help to make it enjoyable for everyone. Please respect the structure and function of this beautiful house of worship, and do not stand on the pews or sit on the altar or the altar railings at the side of the church. Please turn off all audible ringers on cell phones so that friends and family members may hear the ceremony. When the ceremony is over, please exit through the doors at the rear of the church. And now, please rise.
Good afternoon. My name is Chinyere Opara, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to campus and today's commencement exercises here in St. Ignatius Church. USF is proud of the graduates who have preceded you over the last century and a half. We're not only proud of what they've achieved, but of how they achieved it, with passion and purpose, with compassion and ethics, with a desire to serve the community, to serve the common good, to make the world a better place. These USF graduates went forth, in the words of St. Ignatius, to set the world on fire. Today, as new graduates, you join a community of USF alumni more than 100,000 strong. We are proud of you, and we can't wait to see how you too will change the world. Presiding at this afternoon's exercises is the Reverend Paul J. Fitzgerald of the Society of Jesus, 28th President of the University. Now, please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Ms. Donna Kriesman, Assistant Dean in the Law School, and for the invocation offered by Dr. Laura Chu, Assistant Professor in the school, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
God of peace and creation, we gather at this graduation today filled with gratitude, joy, and hope. We give thanks for the faculty, staff, and administrators who have helped draw out of these graduates their many gifts and talents. The accomplishments of these students are a testament to the mentorship of many. We are grateful for family and friends who have gathered here today, and for those loved ones who could not be with us. Their trust and support have made this day possible. Most of all, we give thanks for the students who graduate today. They have enlivened our university community with their intellectual rigor, their community engagement, and their pursuit of justice and truth. May they continue working to move our world toward its potential. Gracious God, we ask you to continue with us on this journey so that we may be faithful stewards of your creation. Amen.
Please be seated. Ms. Margaret Doherty Seymour, a member of the University Board of Trustees, will formally open the ceremony. Trustee Doherty Seymour.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my honor to formally open the 164th commencement exercises of the University of San Francisco School of Nursing and Health Professions. The distinctiveness of your Jesuit education stems from its deep-rooted history and a mission grounded in intellectual rigor and faith that does justice. Since its beginnings nearly 500 years ago, Jesuit higher education remains committed to academic excellence, service, leadership, and a holistic experience. With your Jesuit education, you are equipped to discern an ethical path in life, to be persons of integrity and generosity who will have the ability to make a difference in the world. These treasured values will be challenged throughout your life. Embrace these challenges, lead those who stray, and fill your hearts with compassion. Today is your day. Relish it, enjoy it, and let it remain memorable. You've earned it. Let us also acknowledge those who have been with you on this journey, those who have invested in your future, loved you, encouraged you, and supported you unconditionally. These individuals, your family, friends, and your dedicated professors deserve your thanks and recognition. Please join me now in recognizing all those who helped you make today possible. Today, you join the ranks of many millions of alumni of Jesuit universities around the world. We know the future is in good hands. Congratulations.
Thank you, Trustee Doherty Simor. I am pleased to introduce Ms. Uzma Gohar, candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing in the School of Nursing and Health Professions. Ms. Gohar is representing the undergraduate nursing class as a speaker today. Ms. Gohar.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, respected USF 2022 graduates, friends, family, and faculty. My name is Uzma Gohar, and I am a South Indian Muslim, first-generation BSN student, and soon-to-be graduate. To begin, I'd like to take a moment to extend my gratitude to President, Dean, Senior Associate Dean, and all the nursing faculty, especially Dr. Sabatini, who was my professor and advisor, and Dr. Hurley, the most compassionate professor. Thank you for your dedication and unwavering support. It is a privilege to be here today, surrounded by incredibly hardworking and resilient individuals. When I was writing this speech, I was having an extremely hard time finding the right words to describe the grit and perseverance students in our field embody. After some thought, I settled on a quote that I believe very beautifully encompasses the essence of who we are as healthcare professionals. It reads, "Your remedy is within you, but you do not sense it. You presume you're a small entity, but within you is folded the entire universe." A quote by Ali ibn Abu Talib. As students, we often walk around with this cloud of imposter syndrome that makes us believe we are not good enough, and that we got here due to sheer luck, except for our Junior 2 Med-Surg class. There's no luck in Junior 2 Med-Surg, and I think Dr. Wong can tell you more about it. I'm still traumatized, and I'm sure a lot of you still are as well. But if we stop and reflect, the fact that we are here today is proof of the entire universe that is enfolded within us. Everything we seek is already here, and we are both the remedy and the healers. I think Florence Nightingale would be proud. I became part of USF's Jesuit mission in 2019 when I joined as a nursing student. USF's Jesuit mission is to respect everyone, serve others, nurture the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, and to build a more humane and just world. I was drawn to this mission and the Jesuit education as it very closely mirrored my personal and religious values. The mission to be individuals that are earnest, compassionate, and conscious. To say my time here has been formative would be a grave understatement. For example, since I started USF's nursing program, I became the go-to medical expert amongst my family and friends. And I mean, I was full on Grey's Anatomy mode the moment I learned to pronounce acetaminophen. But there are a few other things that I have learned from my time as a nursing student. Number one, if you think you're right, you're probably wrong. And even though A is technically right, D was the most correct. And for those who don't know what I'm referring to, it's a reference to our nursing exams. Number two, every panic attack before test days help build character and make friends, because nothing says bonding like a bunch of students questioning their entire existence the night before an exam. Number three, last but not least, being part of the healthcare industry is both the most challenging yet illuminating experience the world has to offer. I can't end today's speech without recognizing the most selfless and dedicated people in the room, our friends and family. These people have dealt with every meltdown, every venting session, and quite literally wiped our tears when we had to take out yet another loan. But being first gen and being the first in my family to pursue a career in healthcare, I learned that it really does take a village, and I couldn't have done it without mine. A special shout out to my twin sister, she's recording me right there, for being my editor-in-chief for both this speech and in life. My brother Abbas for being my go-to person for everything. And the rest of my siblings, especially my dad, for their endless support and encouragement. I also want to thank our cohort representatives. If I could please have you three stand when I read your name and we can possibly give them a loud cheer. Melanie, Virginia, and Rihanna. Thank you guys for being our advocates over the years. I know there are several medical professionals in this room, but in closing, I would love to present to you a nursing diagnosis for this graduating cohort. Readiness to conquer what we set our minds to with fulfilling and impactful careers related to intelligence, empathy, perseverance, as evidenced by USF 2022 graduating class. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Goha. I am now pleased to introduce Ms. Courtney Jessica Clark, candidate for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing, who is representing the graduate nursing and health professions class as its speaker today. Ms. Clark.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Courtney Clark, and it is an honor to stand before you representing the graduate students of the USF School of Nursing and Health Professions. 2 years ago, I hopped on a Zoom call with fellow nursing students that have instead become my nursing family. Together, we learned new ways to think, speak, act, and react with our Jesuit education at the forefront of our minds. Over the past few years, we prioritized 3 things: cura personalis, or care of the whole person, being people for others, and diversity in all its forms. To our president, dean, and associate deans, thank you for providing us with the best tools available to realize USF's mission to change the world from here. To our incredible USF faculty and staff, although the educational challenges you set before us have allowed self-diagnosis of sleep deprivation, stress overload, social isolation, and imbalanced nutrition, as evidenced by being a very hardworking USF student, you have taught us invaluable skills and knowledge to become outstanding leaders in the workforce. Thank you for mentoring the new generations to come, and an especially big thank you for writing our much-needed and sometimes last-minute letters of recommendation. You are the nurses and health professionals we aspire to be. To our families, friends, partners, roommates, pets, whoever was lucky enough to receive one of our 3 coveted guest tickets, and beyond. Thank you for lending us PRN support, your shoulders for lacrimation, and open ears to which we hemorrhaged our complaints and success stories. It is with incredible gratitude that I assert we would not have made it here through our higher education journey without you. Please join me in a round of applause for the many individuals that made our accomplishments possible. To my fellow students, I admire each of you for your tenacity in the face of many challenges set before you. The COVID-19 pandemic has been especially unkind. However, you have chosen to rise above and not let this compromise your accomplishments. I am pleased that despite postponed clinical rotations, canceled in-person classes, and countless hours on Zoom instead of sitting next to your classmates, you have remained steady at the helm of your own educational endeavors. We are each our own beautiful, wonderful, unique selves. We have and will continue to make our families, friends, educators, as well as our future coworkers and managers proud that we bear the USF name. I am proud of you. Be proud of you. In front of me, I see compassionate providers and graduates of all levels equipped to make someone's worst day just a little bit better. I hope you never lose sight of the empathy that encouraged you to pursue such emotionally fulfilling and noble careers in the first place. Because I can truly never say it enough, thank you. Y también bendiciones a todos. Please join me in congratulating the graduating classes of Fall 2022.
Thank you, Ms. Clark. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Eileen Fry Bowers, Dean of the School of Nursing and Health Professions, who will now present today's honorary degree recipient and commencement speaker. Dean Fry Bowers.
Thank you, Provost Apara. It is my pleasure to present our honorary degree recipient and today's commencement speaker. Will the Dr. Ricardo F. Munoz please rise? Father Fitzgerald, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to present for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Dr. Ricardo F. Munoz, Distinguished Professor of Clinical Psychology, Palo Alto University, and Professor of Psychology Emeritus, University of California, San Francisco. Dr. June Madsen Clausen, Professor in the School of Nursing and Health Professions, will read the citation.
Internationally renowned expert in the prevention and treatment of depression and addiction. Visionary researcher whose embrace of cutting-edge technologies has extended healthcare's reach and increased its effectiveness. Compassionate clinician who works tirelessly to bring hope and healing to those whose mental health hangs in the balance. Revered professor who has inspired the next generation of investigators and practitioners to work towards stemming the growing epidemic of depression. Powerful advocate for making access to healthcare a human right. Ricardo Munoz, you are a recognized pioneer in the field of depression and addiction prevention and treatment. Your revolutionary research demonstrates the power of teaching people diagnosed with clinical depression how to manage their symptoms while depression is perhaps still a storm on the horizon. You champion evidence-based online interventions for health and wellness, as well as digital self-help solutions for reducing health disparities worldwide. Your rationale for tackling such monumental challenges is explained in your favorite quote: "It's the greatest of all mistakes to do nothing because you can only do a little. Do what you can." Guided healthcare enables clinicians at a distance to do something rather than nothing. After more than 3 decades as a professor of psychology at UC San Francisco School of Medicine, you transitioned in 2012 to emeritus status. Based at San Francisco General Hospital, where you served as chief psychologist for more than 25 years, you directed the clinical psychology training program, of which I and several USF faculty are alumni, for a decade. You established the hospital's Latino mental health research program in 1992 and founded the Internet World Health Research Center in 2004. You were the principal investigator on the first randomized controlled trial to prevent major depression. Today, you are a distinguished professor of clinical psychology at Palo Alto University. In the pre-internet 1970s, you turned to emerging technologies for new ways to share research, treat patients, and partner with others in your field. You have been a leader in the development of internet interventions for health for more than 3 decades. You were a founding member of the Board of Directors for International Society for Research on Internet Interventions. Your lifelong mission to share your knowledge was spurred by your mother. In 1961, you were 10 when your mother explained that your family would leave Peru to move to the United States for better educational opportunities. She added that the family would return someday so you could share what you had learned. Since earning a bachelor's in psychology at Stanford and a master's degree and doctorate in clinical psychology from the University of Oregon, you have shared generously all that you have discovered in the lab, in the field, and in the classroom. You have a deep connection to the University of San Francisco's Jesuit community through the strong influence of your teachers at St. Ignatius College Prep. It is fitting that you are back in St. Ignatius Church today, more than 50 years after delivering your first public address as the valedictorian of the St. Ignatian class of 1968. You are a role model for our graduates. Your intentional career in leading-edge research, exemplary teaching, and forward-thinking clinical practice has been compelled by your full embrace of the Ignatian principle to advocate for and serve others in need. Your vital work has been widely recognized. You received the 2018 Mentor Award from the Association for Behavioral and Cognitive Therapies. You are a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science for distinguished contributions toward the prevention of major depression and the development of web-based interventions. You recently founded Eye for Health, an institute dedicated to developing evidence-based psychological interventions in multiple languages for people worldwide using internet sites and mobile applications, among many other honors. That all may know of our esteem for you and our support for your heroic efforts to prevent and treat depression and to increase global access to health care for those in need, the university does, therefore, confer upon Ricardo F. Munoz the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto, given the 16th day of December in the year of our Lord 2022, and of the university the 167th in San Francisco, California.
Members of the Board of Trustees, President Fitzgerald, Provost Oparra, Dean Frey-Bowers, faculty and staff of the university, families, friends, and graduates. Buenas tardes, good afternoon. It is a great pleasure to join the 2022 graduates of the University of San Francisco School of Nursing and Health Professions as you celebrate this major life milestone. I want to thank the representatives of the graduating undergraduates and graduates for their powerful and heartfelt remarks, and Professor June Madsen-Clausen for her kind introduction. I am extremely grateful to President Fitzgerald for the great honor of being your commencement speaker and for bestowing upon me the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Having a degree from a Jesuit institution makes you a member of a very large family throughout the world who have been lucky enough to receive a Jesuit education. Today, you are joining over 100 million of their alumni in over 90 countries. Having attended St. Ignatius High School, or SI, I know that Jesuit education exemplifies the well-known Socrates quote that education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. I would like to share 5 ideas that kindle flames within me. Each of you have similar flames flickering within you, just waiting for the opportunity to become real. Ideas shape our minds, actions shape our world. The first idea, as Dr. Madsen mentioned, came from my first teacher, my mother, Clara Luz, who taught me to read and write before I went to school, and who has always been a clear light illuminating my path. When I was 10 years old, living in Chosica, a town in Peru, she told me, "Your father finished primary school, I finished high school, and we'd like our children to go to university, but we don't have the money to send you. So your father has decided to immigrate to the United States, where there are many educational opportunities, and when you finish your education, we'll come back to Peru so you can share what you've learned." That day she taught me that education was so valuable that it was worth traveling halfway around the world to get. But she taught me one more thing, that once you get it, you share it. That was the mission with which we came to the Mission District here in San Francisco. I went to Mission Dolores and then to St. Ignatius. And the second kindling of a flame occurred at St. Ignatius. There we were taught that the ultimate goal of education was to become a person for others, persons ready to do one more thing to add to the universal good. The third idea came from my senior honors thesis at Stanford University, Albert Bandura, who taught me about self-efficacy, which is the belief in our capacity to act in ways necessary to reach specific goals, of having confidence in our ability to exert control over our own motivation, behavior, and our social environment. But again, he taught me one more thing, collective efficacy, which is the ability to achieve goals by collaborating with others. On September 1972, 50 years ago, I arrived at the University of Oregon in Eugene to begin my doctorate in clinical psychology with the hope of becoming a therapist. The fourth idea, once again, prompted me to do one more thing. At the first talk I attended, the speaker chided us around the room and said, "You know, we therapists sit in our offices and wait until people suffer enough to have to come to see us. We should be going out into the community and sharing what we've learned as health professionals so that we can prevent the problems and bring them to our offices. I found that idea so compelling that from that moment on, I decided to spend half of my professional time focused on prevention and the other half on treatment. The fifth idea came from my dissertation chair, Peter Lewinson, one of the pioneers in what's now called behavioral activation. He taught that people need a basic amount of daily pleasant activities, mastery activities, or meaningful activities to remain healthy. And those are the ideas that I've built into what I call the healthy management of reality, which is the basis for the prevention and treatment methods we've developed over the years. So how have these ideas shaped my work? 6 days after completing my PhD, it was September the 6th, 1977, I walked into San Francisco General Hospital as an assistant professor of psychology in the School of Medicine at the University of California, San Francisco. At one of the first departmental meetings, I pointed out that even though we were in the Mission District, the Latino barrio, there was only one Spanish-speaking nurse in the whole department. One of the administrators glared at me across this large conference table and said to me, "Ricardo, are you calling us racist?" I have no memory of how I responded to that. It was a very traumatic event. I was only 27 years old. But a few days later, I asked that one nurse, the one Latino social worker, and the one Latina psychiatrist to meet with me, and together we put together a request to be officially designated as the Latino Task Force and charged with advocating for services for Spanish-speaking patients. Dr. Frank Johnson, who was the chief of psychiatry back then, listened respectfully and told us he'd get back to us. A few days later, he called me into his office and said, "You know, Ricardo, I like your idea, but why limit it to Latinos? Let's create an ethnic minority issues committee. Would you like to chair it?" Would I like to chair it? Of course. So I did, and together with my colleagues, we not only established a Latino task force, but a Black task force, an Asian and Pacific Islander task force, a gay lesbian task force, and a women's issues task force. And those task forces eventually advocated to have treatment teams focused on each of those communities. Very soon, we were really successful at recruiting faculty, staff, and trainees from those communities. And soon, the Department of Psychiatry at San Francisco General Hospital became one of the most diverse departments in the University of California, San Francisco. We had practiced collective self-efficacy. A few years later, while conducting the first depression prevention study at San Francisco General in English, Spanish, and Chinese, I found out that many of our patients were already clinically depressed. So I asked a couple of our trainees to join me in establishing a depression clinic that would provide cognitive behavioral, individual, and group therapy in Spanish and English. And we ran that clinic for 10 years, offering therapy at no charge to our patients. After the 10 years, the hospital enlarged the clinic. It's now an operating clinic. It's been operating for 38 years now. So I had spent 10 years focused on treatment, and I had to return to prevention. Our depression prevention program eventually developed El Curso Mamás y Bebés, which means the Mothers and Babies course, which is a preventive intervention for women who are pregnant and at risk for depression. And the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recently recommended that courses such as ours be routinely offered to pregnant persons who are at risk for depression. But there was one more thing to do. Our interventions only reached people at San Francisco General Hospital. Could we share what we were learning beyond our hospital? In the 1990s, the World Wide Web came into being. And starting in 1998, my colleagues and I have carried out numerous online studies that have helped literally thousands of people to stop smoking and to learn ways to prevent and treat depression. We have reached people all over the world, including Peru. Some time ago, I received an email from somebody from Chosica, asking if I was the Ricardo Muñoz who went to primary school there in the 1950s. So my mother's dream that I could share what I have learned with people in my hometown came true. When I began my career, I could not have imagined all that I have described to you. The ideas you will have and the actions you will take in the next 40 or 50 years are going to surprise you. Don't be afraid of trying to address the needs of your communities when you see evidence of injustices and health inequities. You won't succeed all the time, but that's okay. I like this quote from Silvia Acevedo. If you hit the target 100% of the time, you're too close to the target. And once you do it once, you can do it again. My colleagues and I at Palo Alto University have established a Clínica Latina and a Latinx task force, which helped Palo Alto University to be designated a Hispanic serving institution. Look for kindred spirits, others who strive to be persons for others, and you'll find many in the health professions. You're unlikely to accomplish as much on your own. Share what you know. In addition to thinking globally and acting locally, we can now share globally. As you develop ways to serve patients who are members of the communities you identify with, or who speak languages that you know, share them freely online so others working with patients like yours anywhere in the world can benefit from your work. Do not be afraid of sharing the ideas that most excite you. You will be kindling flames in those you will be teaching, not just formal students, but your children, your patients, the future health professionals you will be training, and anyone who happens to hear you. And do not let those flames that are now flickering within you flame out. Our collective flames can become a massive torch that can bring much needed loving warmth to the world, reduce unnecessary suffering, and contribute something more to the greater universal good, what Jesuits refer to as the magis. Sí se puede. Yes, we can, and yes, you did. Thank you, and congratulations to the USF graduating class of 2022 and their families. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Munoz. It is time now to proceed to the business at hand and the reason we are all here this afternoon, the awarding of academic degrees. As we do so, I have a favor to ask of you. Clapping, yelling, and even hooting are fine, but please don't stomp on the floorboards of this delicate grand old church. Dean Eileen Fry-Bowers will now present to the president of the university the candidates for undergraduate degrees in the School of Nursing and Health Professions. Dean Fry-Bowers.
The candidates for the undergraduate degrees in the School of Nursing and Health Professions will please rise and remain standing. Father Fitzgerald, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Nursing and Health Professions, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the degree of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing and to ask you to welcome them into our beloved company.
Thank you, Dean Fry-Bowers. By virtue of the authority granted by the Charter to the University of San Francisco from the state of California, and of the powers vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you, graduates of the class of 2022 from the School of Nursing and Health Professions, the undergraduate degrees certified by your dean and faculty with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Will the graduates please be seated until directed forward by the University Marshals? Father Fitzgerald has conferred your degree, so it is now time to move your tassel from the right side to the left side. Dr. Alexa Curtis, Associate Dean of Graduate Nursing and Professor in the school, will announce the names of the graduates. Dean Curtis.
Naomi Geneva Burks, cum laude. Melanie Wang Tai, cum laude. Nicole Kalia Vanson, summa cum laude. Elise Lauren Regains, cum laude. Rita Demian, magna cum laude. Jordan Jesse Norbam, cum laude. Raylene Isabel Mendoza, cum Jasmine Alyssa Alvarez. Alexandra Marie Mendoza. Daria Ana Davaria, summa cum laude. Tina Koshroshai Motag. Uzma Gaur, summa cum laude. Jenny Lynn Hernandez Luigan, cum laude. Rachel Marie Nix, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Ramos, cum laude. Stephanie Michelle Colnes, magna cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth McCullough, cum laude. Delaney Elise Griffin, cum laude. Ramon Sayad Sanger, summa cum laude. Alyssa Nguyen Amante, cum laude. Hailey Kang, summa cum laude. Winnie Zhang, magna cum laude. Anna Pham Trin, summa cum laude. Kimberly Zhang, summa cum laude. Stephanie Colmenares, magna cum laude. James Bruce Franklin, summa cum laude. Connie Teen Nguyen. Jonathan Ao Baltazar, summa cum laude. Keith Zachary Frias, magna cum laude. Virginia Coak, magna cum laude. Kevin Axel Ladire, cum laude. Christine Trang Nguyen, magna cum laude. Gregory Michael Canning, summa cum laude. Kumar Dakal, cum laude. Amanda Lee, cum laude. Dorothy Villan Revelo, summa cum laude. Sabrina Tutin Hun, summa cum laude. Priscilla Naomi Enciso Degadillo, magna cum laude. Aslan M. Gilmartin, summa cum laude. Kendall Bloom. Monique Christine Ramirez, cum laude. Amanda Marie Soto, summa cum laude. Jordan Ashley Taylor, summa cum laude. Raquel Leah Sanchez, cum laude. Michelle Nicole Christensen, cum laude. Viviana Isabel Aceves, cum laude. Brooklyn Rose Shepherd, summa cum laude. Joy Gadd, cum laude. Jeremy Glenn Villahermosa Gabato, magna cum laude. Kelly Elizabeth Castillo. Kate Cameron Canlobau, summa cum laude. Maria Cristina Corrales, cum laude. Joshua Gastrock, magna cum laude. Eileen Kate Vinulare Miranda, magna cum laude. Jessica Mewey, magna cum laude. Christy Fala, summa cum laude. Rihanna Genevieve Tejada. Luigi Sampaton, cum laude. Lulu Andre Mayiyam, Tekle Mayiyam. Selam Siyuam. Shane Avery Allen. Pauline Dane Diva Venegas, magna cum laude. Monique May Pascual, magna cum laude. Danielle Quang, cum laude. Jennifer Wei Sang Fuong, magna cum laude. Mei Yan Yu, magna cum laude. Julia Pham, magna cum laude. Maggie Lynn, cum laude. Skylar Tiffany Tang, cum laude. Casey Alexandra Box, cum laude. Emma Marissa Leonez, summa cum laude. Monique Ella Iberger, summa cum laude. Veronica Marie Robinson. Bianca Marie Reyes. Gabriel Bodea Wana. Rosa Maria Mares. Mary Catherine Garcia. Marissa Nicole Cottrell. Mickey Marie Helmick, summa cum laude. Samantha Solie Villarreal. Cyr Bafiz. Tiffany Marie Alberts. Sophia Claire Ferrer. Rudy Omar Romero, cum laude. Yu Chien Wu. Wenbin Zhang, summa cum laude. Brianna Lynn Eschi, summa cum laude. Rowella Alexandria Pedlolian, summa cum laude. Priscilla Candejas Marine, cum laude. Michaela Lynn Harp, Lovepreet Kaur. Michaela Shacha Dalatin Yusun. Giselle Aquino Kabibi. Julia Elise Sumara. Taylor Wellman, magna cum laude. Tiffany Lynn Cipher, summa cum laude. Lillian Claire Viramontes. Anthony De Leon Escudero. Josiah Marion Cruz Castro. Vivian Pham Trin. Doris Perez.
Dean Fry Bowers will now present the candidates for master's degrees in the School of Nursing and Health Professions. Dean Fry Bowers.
The candidates for master's degrees in the School of Nursing and Health Professions will please rise and remain standing. Father Fitzgerald, on behalf of the faculty and the School of Nursing and Health Professions, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the degrees of Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Clinical Psychology, and Master of Science in Nursing, and to ask you to welcome them to the company of scholars.
Thank you, Dean Fry Bowers. By virtue of the authority granted by the Charter to the University of San Francisco from the state of California, and of the powers vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you, the graduates of the class of 2022 from the School of Nursing and Health Professions, the master's degrees certified by your dean and faculty with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Will the graduates please be seated until directed forward by the University Marshals? Father Fitzgerald has conferred your degree, so it is now time to move your tassel from the right side to the left side. Dr. Erin Grinstein, Associate Dean for Health Professions and Associate Professor in the school, will announce the names of the graduates. Dean Grinstein.
Jocelyn Saldana. Rocio Arjon. Bianca Ruiz. Anthony Soria. Ogechi Christina Hippolyte. Ashley Lauren Holloway. Cassandra Luttrell. Tracy Osborne. Tammy Lynn Tran. Parisa Bruman Koshbacht. Lexi Nutkovich. Blanca Flor Garcia Silva. Jason Pedro Munoz. Magali Tonanson Lark. Lorelli Maria Ruiz. Miguel Duenas. Azaria Simone Ford. Debjani Ghoshal. Namratha Lavu. Tui V. No. Kari Kohler. Elizabeth Rose Maestriti. Jeannie E. Eileen Nicole Castillo. Mariana Zavala Valenzuela. Carla Celine Avina. Min Fan. Mai Huang T. Mai. Michaela Marie Howie. Manroop Tiara. Shavani Kaur. Jessica Andrada. Elizabeth Camacho. Bianca Maldonado. Caitlin Laura Petrick. Courtney Jessica Clark. Emma Knock Ferguson. Emma Olivia Knutson. Kelsey Joe Coach. Caitlin Nicole Kane. Brandon Tyler Thompson. Crystal Wing Tung Wong. Carmen Glick Alonzo. Derek Wing Hang Wong. Angela Ho. Shai Evangeline Wallace. Tracy Chu Lee. Samantha Gavarati Yamamoto. Diane Ransom Ventura. Tobin Jonathan Zunas Wolf. Nathan Makepeace Seacrest. Pavlo Karaputa. Ananda Tao Lei. Scarlett Annette Ocon Espinoza. Shella Khan. Lucy Vialta. Hannah Jordan Nelson. Humaira Mohudin. Jasmine Kang. Raha Sharudi. Maria Margaret Nelson. Camille Diaz Nicholas. Kaylin Celine Pogue. Brianna Frances Agnew. Veronica Nolasco Jones. Chanel Christine Sanchez. Duck Tu Nguyen. Anakin Kenneth Ekanam. Emmanuel Gebre. Mohibullah Hanafi. Teresa Marie Hayes. Erica Ochoa Figueroa. Anna Lilia Gonzalez. Aiden Elizabeth Burns. Andrea Karina Bolanos. Maria Cristina Gonzalez. Katrina Marie Wilcox. Atusa Azarang. Isabel Stofberg. Natalie Lopez. Desiree Elaine Gonzalez Orozco. Sabine Salim. Rathmani Van Ramirez. Stephanie Yang. Shirley Kai Lam. Audrey Nicole Chang. Adrina Ketcherson. Miley Lauren Robles. Iris Melissa Uloa. Jacqueline Ann Nguyen. Melissa Ann Bowie. Shelley Tran. Diana Sarah Lopez. Jenny Hui Wei Wang. Victoria Rose Filia. Melina Melody Dusty. Deba Malecki. Jehoshaphat Muzangu. Safiatu Jallo. Judith Natukunda. Brianna Pinu. Angelina Corona Velasquez. Elizabeth Mansukani. Karen Elmaraji. Ju Hee Kim. Randall Duke Lilofi Went Olau. Leslie Jasmine Ventura. Caitlin Marie Escobar. Mackenzie Catherine Heyman. Stephanie Enriquez. April Kim Sun. Song Choi. Mary Briones Gomez. Chi Mai. Rainey Summers Gordon. Felicia Lynette Fakayode. Hermanandeep Singh Madra. David Sprecher. Davelyn Miguel Moffitt. Kimberly Dexter. Lauren Elizabeth Pittman. Kelly Freeman Taroni. Nicola Dempsey. Judy Ann Settles. Lori Johnson DiMalanta. Courtney Lynn Griffith Johnson. Sahara Thapa. Beverly Chen. Sharon Ann Millerick. Natalia R. Babayeva. Janice Vroman. Maria Rosario. Katia E. Villanueva. Salguero. Sofia Melendrez. Marcia Rika Navat Belton. Natasha K. Robinson. John Anthony Olagi Jr. Daisy Gakusan Portier. Abby Arnold. Lynn E. Utecht. Allison Lane Uppendahl. Meredith Southwick Shepherd. Tessa Lynn Garcia. Nardito Quilatan Peralta. Patrick Perito Saludares. Jonelle Kayanan Punsalan. Jericho Garcia. Teresa G. Shear. Sadia Imran. Joanne Ngando Agbor.
Dean Fry Bowers will now present the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Nursing Practice and Doctor of Psychology. Dean Fry Bowers.
The candidates for the Doctor of Nursing Practice and the Doctor of Psychology degrees will please rise. Father Fitzgerald, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Nursing and Health Professions, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Nursing Practice and Doctor of Psychology, and to ask you to welcome them to the company of scholars.
By virtue of the authority granted by the Charter to the University of San Francisco from the State of California, and of the powers vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you, the graduates of the class of 2022 from the School of Nursing and Health Professions, the doctoral degrees, certified by your dean and faculty, with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Will the graduates please be seated until directed forward by the University Marshals? Father Fitzgerald has conferred your degree, so it is now time to move your tassel from the right side to the left side. Dr. Erin Grinstein, Associate Dean for Health Professions and Associate Professor in the school, will announce the names of the graduates. Dean Grinstein.
Joshua Michael Cleary. Nanette Hoffman Dacayo. Maria J. Perez. David A. Ainsworth. Lauren Lori Birchfield. Lily Catherine Dickens. Jill Michelle Wobble. Kalpana Prasi. Kimiko Janie May. Jada Oniki Carter. Yvette Cuellar Celayos.
Family and friends, please join me in congratulating the 2022 Nursing and Health Professions graduates. To conclude these exercises, I am honored and pleased to present the President of the University, the Reverend Paul J. Fitzgerald of the Society of Jesus. Father Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Provost Opara. I invite all of us here present to take a moment to thank the marshals, those folks from around campus who volunteered to help us through this beautiful ceremony. And perhaps the least visible but the most important are our custodians, our gardeners, all of our workers who help make this such a beautiful place for your celebration. The context of your USF education, whether for your bachelor's, your master's, or for your doctorate, is probably not at all what you planned on or hoped for. A global pandemic by a novel coronavirus that continues to mutate, forcing scientists to evolve our vaccine responses and policymakers and public health officials to work to overcome vaccine shortages and vaccine hesitancies. A global resurgence of nationalism, tribalism, and racism, seen most vividly and most tragically in the invasion of Ukraine, has obligated us as a university community to counter racism with anti-racism, nationalism with humanism, and violence with non-violent activism, confronting every effort to dehumanize people because of some aspect of their identity with cura personalis, care for the whole, unique, and blessed person that each one of you is. In this time of human-induced climate change, with droughts and wildfires and floods and monster storms which have devastated whole biospheres, we have worked to get our campus close to net zero carbon emissions, even as we have researched and educated to help all of humankind to do the same. We know that there is much important and transformative work ahead of us. We know that the greatest thing that we as a university can do to help the planet is to educate you. You are writing the poetry that will melt the hearts of the hard-hearted. You are composing the music that will set guilty feet into a liberating dance. You are proposing legislation that will bend the arc of history towards justice. You are inspiring the next generation to follow in your footprints. You are inventing a healthy future for all of God's creatures on this beautiful blue planet. Drawing on 4.5 centuries of Jesuit tradition, we here at the University of San Francisco stand on our own 167 years of educational experience. And we have equipped you intellectually, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually for the work and the play, the victories and the defeats, the joys and the sorrows that surely will come. Each of you is unique and graced to be the one and only on this whole planet. But you've also grown together into a beloved community with shared values, hopes, and dreams. Allow me then to name 3 graces that I hope and believe that you have embraced, developed, and practiced here at USF, and that you will carry into the next chapter of your life. These fruits of your Jesuit education are faith, hope, and love. Faith is to believe in truths that are unseen but deeply felt. Faith powers the courage to trust one another, to see one another, to embrace one another as image and likeness of God. That is perhaps the most radical faith statement of all times, that each person is imago Dei, image of God. This belief invites me to see each one of you as once in all of human history, an instantiation of God's very grace. God who chose you to be, shaped your face, imbued you with talents and potentials, and then set you free to discover and develop them as you grew. Own your gifts, cherish your graces, and then put them to good use, building up a life for yourself, for sure, but also building up the common good. Use your talents to lift others up, helping them to acknowledge their own blessedness. Now, none of what I am saying right now is empirical fact. Indeed, look around at our world, and it reveals that the denial and the denigration of the dignity and worth of every human person is par for the course. So be different. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Have faith in the rightness of this course. Have faith in your desire and ability to follow this path. Hope is the grace that allows us to long for that which we do not yet possess. Hope is the ability to envision a better future for all of humankind and for the many other living beings with whom we share this planet. As your USF education comes to a successful conclusion, we reflect upon the hopes that drew you here in the first place. I expect that not everything you hoped for has come to pass, and that wonderful things that you hadn't even imagined have come to pass. God can always throw a better party than you could ever hope for or imagine. If gratitude fills your heart today, look inside that gratitude and voice the hoped-for future you wish to see come to pass. Desire good things for yourself and for each other, and then strive to make them real. Let God continue to surprise you with good things beyond your wildest dreams. Accept too that there will be setbacks, there will be defeats, there will be losses. Life is never perfect. Our best, really, our only true response to the imperfection of the world in which we live is to love. The third grace that I commend to you is love. Feel it right now. The love of your parents, your spouses, your partners, your families, your friends. Feel that love just kind of raining down on you right now. Call to mind the love that has grown in your heart these past years. Be grateful for the friendships that have bloomed here. Some of them will last for the rest of your life. Recall the love that you brought to this community and to the classes you attended, your volunteer work on or off campus, the ways in which you went beyond service to truly be in solidarity with folks who were in one way or another pushed to the margins of society. Love is the force of gravity that holds human communities together. Love is the best and only antidote we have for hate in all of its ugly forms. Love crowns justice. The world needs your faith, your hope, and your love. These levers will allow you to shift the course of events into the best possible direction. We, your faculty and staff, mentors and friends, we are truly proud of what you have accomplished, and we salute you on your commencement day. So keep in touch. Join the Alumni Association. We are very proud of all that you have accomplished. Make us prouder still by what you will do next. Congratulations.
Thank you, Father Fitzgerald. Please rise. Dr. Mary Lou De Natale, Professor and Program Chair in the School of Nursing and Health Professions, will offer the benediction. Professor De Natale.
Thank you. God of light, God of promise, we praise you and give you thanks for these graduates today. They have followed the path of St. Ignatius, learning to be there for others. We take pride in all that they have accomplished, and we ask family, friends, teachers and administrators, and all those who have supported them to be there to honor with them. Use their talents, the skills they have gained, to help heal the world. Use their minds, that their wisdom will be sought to create new solutions to other concerns and problems. Use their hearts, that the Spirit will empower each graduate to make use of their gifts that they have bestowed upon them, with hearts full of gratitude. We seek your blessing to send these individuals into the world. Guide them with all you have, that their actions may be true for the greater glory of God. Amen.
Now, please remain standing in place until all members of the graduating class have left the church. This concludes the School of Nursing and Health Professions ceremony for the 164th Annual Commencement Exercises. Congratulations and best wishes for a joyful holiday season.